Make yourself comfy, and it is whatever works for your lower body, so we can start stretching our lower body or upper body. We want to get everything moving right here. We sit up tall. Start with a look over your right shoulder. Little neck stretch as we look to the right. And now we look to the left. Look straight ahead. Drop your chin to your chest. And now lift your chin to the ceiling. Look straight ahead. We look to the left. Look to the right. Look straight ahead. Drop your chin to your chest. This time, gently take your chin towards your right shoulder. Take your chin towards your left shoulder. Chin to chest. Lift your head. Chin goes towards the ceiling. Open up a little bit more. We look straight ahead. We're going to open our arms. Take a nice big inhale. Hug a big ball as you exhale. Here's the inhale. Lift your chest. Here's your exhale. Hug a ball. Open between your shoulder blades. One more time. It's your inhale. It's your exhale. We bring our hands to our lap, seated cow cat. Lift your chest. Now this is about moving through your spine, your vertebrae. Lift up, and then you drop your chin. Feel yourself open between your shoulder blades. Pull your belly in all the way down to your sacrum. Then you flip and take it all the way up. Work with your breath as you do this. Take one more at your pace. It is getting your spine, your back warmed up, ready for our movements. Now with the next one, I'm bringing in some circles with our cow cat. So you would lift your chest, lean to the front, and then as you exhale, pull your belly in towards the back. Chest opens as you come to the front. Switch directions. So again, we want to make this feel really good. You're getting the movement through your spine. And let's finish right here. We're going to bring ourselves all the way down to the mat. So you can set your walk out of the way. We're going to lay down. So we're coming onto our backside. Bring both your knees into your chest, giving yourself a hug right here. Knees come in, give yourself a hug. Feel your tailbone come down into the mat. So I want you to feel some length through your spine. Now hug the back leg in, front leg can go out. It's a chance to open up through your hips right here. So extend the bottom leg, get really long. Take the top knee across your body. It's a twist here. Little more opening for your spine, your hips, as you take it to one side. Bring it back to center. Both your knees come into your chest. Here's your hug. Hug the front leg in. Back leg goes out. There's the opening. Now we take this knee across your midline. There's the across so you get the stretch through your hip. We bring it back to center. Knees can come in together one more time. Maybe little circles on your low back if that feels good. One direction, then the other direction. We are taking our feet down to the floor. Little half bridges, getting more warm up for our hips. You would lift, shoot your tailbone away, and then you gently bring it down. Here's the lift of your hips, tailbone shoots away, and you bring it down. With the next one, if you choose, let's take our arms overhead. You would take the lift of your hips, arms reach overhead. and then you gently bring it all back down. Let's do a few of these. You're moving through your shoulders, you're moving through your hips. Take one more. When you finish this one, hips stay down, fingertips to the ceiling. Wrist stretch, take your fingertips towards the wall away from you. Little stretch for your wrist, your forearms. Fingertips are going to reach away. If you want to add more, you would take your thumb in the crease of your wrist and that little extra stretch for your forearms, for your wrist. And then wrist circles right here. Take it around in one direction. Take it around in the other direction. We start by bringing our hands behind our head. Let's take some crunches here. Feel your exhale lift up. And then with control, you bring it down. Here's the lift and the lower. So lift, exhale, bring it up, and release it down. Here's your exhale lift. So we want to start warming up our core a little more. Lift right below your rib cage. So you want to lift up, bring it down. So what we want to emphasize is the lift with the core, which is different than lifting with our shoulders and our neck. Let's take one more here. Upper body stays down. Here comes your tapping of your lower body. You lift one leg or both. It's whatever works for you. I can't tell you which one is the right one. You just want to make sure everything is staying intact here, core engaged. We're really stable through our hips. There's a lift and a lift. One more time each side, or that would be two if your legs are together. We meet with our knees up, hip rolls. Both your legs are up. Squeeze your thighs together. Open your arms to the side. Knees roll to one side. There's a hip roll. Reach the top hip forward and bring it back to center. Here's your hip roll. Pause. Reach the top hip a little further forward. Return to center. We roll to the side. Here's the reach of the hip. Bring it to center. Roll to the side. Reach the top hip. Return to center. Do it one more time each side. We roll. Reach, center. Here's the other side. Roll, reach, center. Keep the knees up over your hips. Fingertips go up. It is time for your dead bug. That's opposite arm, opposite leg. Now you might choose to keep the leg bent. You might choose to take it out straight. And I often go someplace in between as you move opposite arm, opposite leg. So we want to stay engaged through the core. This move is all about stability. So when you do this, you want to feel the area between your shoulder blades stay connected to the mat. You want to keep your natural spinal curve. We'll take one more on each side. When you finish that one, we're going into hollow holds right away today. So once you're there, toes are going to reach up to the ceiling, fingertips are to the ceiling. This is the one move where you'll hear me say, push your low back into the mat. So you want to feel that connection. Keep that connection. Exhale, lift your upper body. We're going to stay here for 30 seconds. Now, if you can do more work, you take your toes and your arms away from each other and you hold it here. So keep pressing the low back into the mat. You want to make sure you're completely in your core. Exhale, exhale, exhale. About 5 more seconds. Start bringing it in. Give yourself a little hug. We're going right into our bridge. Feet are coming down to the floor. Arms can come by your side. Press into your hips. It's isometric. We're just going to hold the bridge. So I want you to shoot the tailbone away. Exhale, bring your rib cage in. And hold your bridge right here. So we want to feel our glutes working. So this is really for our glutes and our hamstrings. If you're not feeling it good, ground your feet down and pretend drag your heels towards your shoulders. Release your hips down to the mat. We are doing our hollow hold one more time. So you're going to be bringing your toes towards the ceiling. Fingertips up. Glue your low back into the mat, so really pull in the core. Exhale, lift your shoulders off the mat. Add your little extension wherever that is for you. Maybe it's a little, maybe it's a lot. You might be able to go a lot further than me. It's your practice, so you take the move where it works best for you. And you want to exhale, so really exhale, exhale. Low back, keep it connected to your mat. Keep it connected. Here comes your last 5 seconds. And now release everything down, going right into your bridge. Feet are on the mat. Set yourself up. Press into your feet. Lift your hips. Get the good form so your tailbone shoots away. Rib cage in. Ground into your feet. Get really good engagement. Pretend drag your heels towards your shoulders and feel your glutes, hamstrings working. And we hold it here. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Just a little bit longer. Carefully release your hips down to the floor. Little windshield wiper side to side. Take your knees off to one side, knees off to the other. So this is a chance for you to release through your low back, your hips. Think relax here. So release the tension, let it all go. We are taking this into our butterfly bound angle. We'll take the bottoms of our feet together. A little more stretch for your low back, but we're going to add crunches for your core. Take your exhale as you lift and bring it down. Exhale and lift. Release it down. Here's your exhale and lift. Release down. Take a few more. There's your lift. Lower. So really think lift core. Take one more right here. Give yourself a long stretch. Reach from your fingers to your toes. We are going to bring ourselves to our front side, giving ourselves a stretch in Sphinx pose. We're coming off of our backs. Bring your elbows under your shoulders. There's the reach of your toes away, the lift up as you lengthen. Release down, take your fingertips towards your toes. Reach your fingers, get long through your neck. Right here, legs can come up. There is locust. Hold the locust. Hands are coming to the mat. Press your hands down, cobra. Legs come down, shoulders roll back. This should feel good. If you want to take a little look to the right and a little look to the left, take what feels good. We gently release down. We're coming into all fours here. You're on your hands and knees. We're going to start by taking some hip circles. little more movement for our hips. So make sure your core is in. We want to be nice and stable. Take one foot behind you. Start by pressing through the heel. Use that to level out your hips. And then when we bend our knee, it comes towards your tricep. Foot is flexed. Bring it in and around. So this is hip mobility. So we're going to really focus on taking your knee up and around, and then you press it back. But at the same time, core is staying engaged. You think form, right? We want to keep that long, straight back. Here comes knee, comes in and around. We take one more circle here, and then hold the leg out behind you, push it away from you. Double check, hips level, core engaged. Opposite hand is reaching out. There comes your balance, and you hold it here. So just hold, balance. Release this side. If you need to take a cow cat, whatever feels good, do that. But we are setting ourselves up for the other side. So again, you're having your hands grounded. Opposite foot goes back. Start with a stretch. I like to do this, one, to stretch a leg, but two, level out your hips, engage your core. Here comes hip circle. Knee comes to the outside of your tricep, and then you push the foot behind you. Here comes. Knee comes in and around. As you do this, stay level on both your arms. So if you like to lean to the side, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep everything centered and let your hip come in and around. Big or small, doesn't matter. It's your hip joint. We're all different. Here's your last one. Keep the leg back. Here's toes to the floor. Engage your core. When you're ready, arm goes up, and there's the hold. Good chance. Check with your breath. Nice and steady. Release it down here. Give yourself a little stretch. If you need to circle out your wrist, I'm taking a child's pose. Give your wrist a little bit of a circle around because we are coming into plank. So you know where we're going. Give your wrist the break that you need. Maybe you need to stretch a little more through your shoulders. And then when you're ready, we're bringing ourselves up. We're setting ourselves into our plank pose. So right here, plank. Now your choice. How do you feel today? Do you want to stay in your plank, or are you going to take your knees and still hold the plank? Now today I'm coming to my knees as an option because I am adding on right here. So make sure your plank is solid, and we're going to lift a leg. So if you're on your toes, you lift the leg. I'm going to be on my knees today, but I still lift the leg. I'm still working. I'm staying balanced. You bring that leg down. Here's the other side. You lift the opposite leg. And then you hold it. So we just want to make sure we're staying nice and centered as we do the lift. And bring the leg down. Hold your plank. I'm adding on one more move. We're going to tap our shoulder. So you're going to lift one hand, tap your shoulder, set it down. So we have to make sure our core is engaged. Take the lift and tap. Now the goal when we do this, stability. You don't want to rock too much side to side. You want to have yourself engaged as you tap and tap. We'll do this one more time on each side. Think core in, tap. Core in, tap. Give yourself your break, whatever it is. Maybe I'm going with child's pose. Maybe you want to take a downward dog though. That might feel better if that's where you want to go. If your wrists need a break, give yourself a little wrist circles. Another great stretch is bring your hands up on your fingertips and stretch by making little tent with your fingertips. Go ahead, shake it out right here. We're gonna do some of our, rows and our flies. So rows tend to be a heavier weight. Flies a little bit lighter, so you choose the size you want. I'm going to do mine today from a little lunge position. You can do this from the lunge position. You could do this from all fours. And here we go. We're going to do our slide up for our back, bring it down. So the lean forward is so we can get our back, but it's a great chance still engage through your core, so you're really supported through your low back as you do this, and you add your lift and lower. And if you feel like it's a little easy for you, you can always double up your weights and see how that feels when you add a little extra resistance to your row. You have your lift and your lower. We have 5 more to go on this side. Here's your 5. Here's your 4. It's your 3. It's 2. And 1. Bring it down. We switch sides. So here comes the other side. So make sure you get into whatever position you're really stable, and we can focus on our back. And then you add your row up and you bring it down. It's your up and your down. Pull, slow down. So we still want to use the control on the way down. Gravity is there to help us. And so we have to use a little bit more control as the weight slides down. And there comes the lift and the lower. There's the lift and lower. Keep it going here. 4 more. Here's your 4 and your 3. It's your 2. And then we finish this one right here. You can set the weight down. Now we're going to go into flies. We're going to switch sides. I know this is a smaller muscle group. I use a lighter weight when I switch into flies. Same idea. You still have your lean forward, but now your arm goes out to the side. So this is upper back, rear deltoid. So that's the back of our shoulder as you lift and lower. Now we still need our little lean forward because we're working the upper back. So make sure you're far enough forward as you lift up. And then think muscle up and control down. So avoid momentum here. This move is really easy to start using momentum. So we want to think a lift and bring it down. Lift. Bring it down. Here's your last 2. There's 1. And here's 2. And then you're going to switch. Take it to the other side. So however you want to switch to the other side, we have our flies on this side. Make sure you get that lean forward. And then you take the arm out to the side. You bring it down. We bring it up. It's control on the way down. We bring it up, control on the way down. There's your lift and your slow. There's your lift and control it down. Here comes 5, 4. Here's your 3. It's your 2. And then finish this one right here. There's your last one. Go ahead, set your weights down. Give yourself a little shake right here. You might want to take it to the front. I want to catch our chest before we stand up. So I'm going to have you lay back down on your backs. We're going to start with chest press. That's heavier weights. And then our flies, so a little lighter, and our triceps. So right here, bring yourself through. And be very careful. We're going to go with our weights right away. Careful right here lifting up your weights. That's usually where injuries happen, is when we're lifting and putting our weights down. That's where you want to be most careful. And then we take our chest press as you take it up and bring it down. There's the up and the down. Now, the great part about being on the floor when we do these is, one, we can't take our elbows down too low, so we're saving our shoulders, but you want to make sure that your weights are in line with your chest. So we often have a tendency to let our weights come up further, and then we're in our shoulders more than our chest. We really want to work our chest right here. So there comes the press and the release. There's your up and your down. Here's your up and your down. Here's your 5. Here's your 4. It's 3. It's 2. Now keep your arms up. We'll go right into our flies right here. Arms open. There's your fly. Now I kept the same size weights. I always want you to check in. You might want to make adjustments when you do flies. It's still your chest, but it is a little smaller muscle group. So always be really nice to your body and make changes that are appropriate for what your body needs. And keep in mind, every day we're different. Some days you might be able to lift a little more than others. That's natural. It's normal. We're taking 2 more here. Here's 1. Here's 2. Now I want you to bring your weights down carefully, to bring them down by your side. We're going to do tricep press. I did keep my heavier weights, but you might want to change yours. This is all about our triceps. Arms slide in next to your rib cage and they press straight up. They come down next to your rib cage, they press up. So the whole idea here is triceps, but because our chests get to help, we often can keep heavier weights. There's your up. The elbows slide down, they slide up. Here comes 4, 3, 2. Now let your weights come back down gently. You either combine them, we're going to pull over. Pull over is next. I only use one weight, so I carefully set one weight down out of the way to do the pullovers, but you choose double the weight or keep one heavy over and bring it back. Here comes the over and bring it back. We take it over, we bring it back. Here's the over and the pull. And again, great chance, check your core, because if you like to arch your back, let your core go, you want to switch it out. There comes, you want to think engage as you take it. We have 4 more pullovers to go. We have 3 more. Here's your 2. We take our last one, and then we very carefully set the weight off to the side right here. Give yourself a big stretch wherever that is for your chest, wherever you need to take it. Triceps, you would take your arm across. That gives you the stretch there. We're going to bring ourselves all the way up to standing. I'm going to roll up and go to standing. You might like to take it to the side. It is however you want to get there. No special way to get there today. However you want to stand up, just be careful when you do it. We're going to start with our good mornings. No weights yet. I'll add those in a little bit. Good morning. So right here, hands behind your head. Great chance to stretch out your chest a little bit after doing the chest work. Elbows open, heels under hips, zip the core. Soften the knees, hinge forward. Press the back of your head into your hands. Bring yourself all the way up. Here comes hinge. Bring it down. Here's your engage. Bring it up. So move with control right here. Nice long back. So this is all about length, but I do want you to feel hamstrings, glutes working. So we're lifting ourselves up with the back of our legs. So right there, engage them, then bring yourself all the way up. We're doing 2 more. Here comes the down and the up. Let's take 1 more here. There's the hinge down. And you bring it up. And then go ahead. Shake it out right here. Now, we're going to do some lunges with a twist. We're going to stay on one side. I am not using weights today, but if you want to grab, we're going to be doing some side raises. If you want to grab your lighter weights and use them when we do the twist, go for it. Like I said, I'm skipping weights today. I'm going to stay up and just take my hands to my chest. We're going to stay on one side. You're going to take your lunge and your twist and then bring it back up. You're going to lunge and twist and bring it back up. So we're staying on one side. Lunge and twist and bring it up. Lunge and twist and bring it up. 3 more on this side. Here's the slide down. Here's your 2. And 1 more time. This means we step up to the top of your mat. Can you do that gracefully? And then we switch other side. Leg goes back. First, get your really strong foundation. Then you add lunge and twist back to center. So the thing with lunging is we're still working our balance. You bring in the twist. It challenges our balance a little bit more. So you want to find your focal spots when you do this. And then we do want to always make sure our knees are safe. So you slide straight down and you bring it up. We have 3 more here. Here's your 3. Here comes your 2. And then here comes your last one. Bring yourself up. Here's that big step. Shake it out a little bit right here. You can grab your smaller weights because we're doing shoulder work. Be careful when you bend down. It's more of a squat, right? We squat when we bend down. Now we're going to do 2 knee lifts on one side. You're going to do a front raise and a side raise, and then we'll switch to the other side. Find your balance. You take a knee lift, front raise, bring it down, knee lift, side raise. I stayed on the same side, so we did 2 on one side. Bring it down, and then you switch. Here it comes. Knee in front on the other side. Side raise, same leg, and you take it to the side. So we're going to do this a few times on each side. You're going to switch legs. Front raise first. Side raise, same leg. So we're really challenging ourselves to do a couple different things at the same time. And that would be we're bringing in coordination right here. And there it comes to the side. Bring it down, switch legs. We go to the front. And remember, it could be a toe tap. You're still working your balance. There's to the side. And then we switch. Here comes the lift. And to the side. We are going to do this 1 more time each side. Same little thing. 2 knees, 1 to the front, 1 to the side. And then we switch. 1 to the front and 1 to the side. and then go ahead, shake it up. So that was a little more work for our shoulders. Our feet are going out wide. You're gonna do a side lunge. We're gonna go to the right only, and it's gonna be our little reach and pull up. So you're gonna reach down for your side lunge, do like a little half upright row, elbow comes back. Glide off to the side, press, bring it up. So we're working outer hip right here. You might feel a good stretch on the thigh, and then it's a little half upright row. So there comes the reach, hinge, and then you pull. Here comes the hinge and reach, and you pull. 3 more. We're sliding down and bring it up. Here's the slide down and bring it up. 1 more time. And then we get to switch sides. So we're gonna bring our attention to the other side. There comes lunge and pull. So side lunge, press the hip back, bring it up. Here comes the reach, engage, press, bring it up. There's the reach and the lift. Here's the reach and the lift. We have 3 more to go. So a little lunge off to the side, bring it up. Here comes your 2. And 1 more time. And then we're gonna bring ourselves all the way up right here. You can bring your feet in gracefully. You can set your weights down off to the side. We're getting ready to roll down. We're gonna meet on our belly so we can do our reach and pull. So right here, chin to chest, bring yourself down. Make it feel good on the way down. Hands meet your mat, walking out. I'm coming down to my knees, but I'm gonna go all the way down to my belly. Once you get there, let your toes reach away, let your fingertips reach away. Gaze is towards your mat. Add the little hover of the upper body. And then we are going to pull our arms back. Think pull back, lats. And then you let your fingers reach to the front. Here comes the pull back. And fingers reach to the front. Here comes your pull and your release. Here's the pull and the release. 4 more. Is your belly button coming into your spine as you make the movement? Here's 3. Here's 2. Exhale as you pull. And here comes your last one. There's the pull. And forehead, cheek to the mat. You can give your hips a little bit of a shake. Make it feel good right here. We're going to bring ourselves off to our side to take our double leg lift here. Bring yourself to the side. There's your length. Pull your waistline away from the mat. Add your lift and your lower. There's your lift and your lower. Here's the lift and the lower. Lift, lower. So waistline keeps pulling up. It's also balanced, so you want to be able to stay balanced. The fingertips are really soft if they're in front of you. Here comes 2, and there is your 1. Bring your knees right in front. We're going right into our clamshell. Knees are stacked. Now, if your weight is nearby and you want to add the weight to your outer thigh, feel free to do that as you lift and lower. I'm skipping it today, but again, it is your body, so do you want to have extra resistance on the outside of your thigh as you do the lift and the lower? And just make sure your hips stay stacked. Here's 5. Here's 4. 3. 2. And there's one. Now we want to work our inner thigh because we got our outer, I'm grabbing my block because it's nearby. Thigh is going on the block. Here comes, lift the leg. Now if you have your hand weight, feel free to put it on your inner thigh. Some people it balances really well there. Some people you have to hold it. So it's wherever it works, but let's really focus. Lift the inner thigh up to the ceiling. With control, you bring it down. Here's the lift up and the lower down. Here's the lift and the lower. We have 4. We have 3. It's your 2. And there is 1. So we get to gracefully take it over to the other side so we can do our double leg lift on the other side. However you want to get there. Once you're there, make that long line. You want to get your alignment before you ever start. So think, reach out, reach from your finger, from the top of your hand to your toes. Once you're there, lift your waistline up away from the mat. And then you can have both your legs come up. They both come down. We lift them up. We bring them down. There's the lift and the lower. So each time when you lift and lower, you're still keeping that pull up of your waistline. We're still keeping that relaxed feeling through our shoulders, our neck, our chest area. There's a little lift and use some control here. There's 3. Here's 2. And now we take our knees in front of us. These are going to come in front. Once they're there, stack, open and close. Weight is a great option on the outside. There comes the lift and the lower, lift and lower. Here's your 5, 4, 3. It's your 2. Here comes your last one. Now you're going to take the inner thigh of the bottom leg, so that means the top leg would rest wherever it works for you. Flex the foot so the arches to the ceiling. Lift the back leg. Option, set your weight on the thigh if you would like. And then you would take it up and bring it down. You would lift and bring it down. Four more. Here's 4, 3. It's your 2. Now finish this one. We are going to meet on our backs. We're going to do a little bit more core work. So bring yourself on your back side. Knees can come in. First, I want you to give yourself a nice stretch. We are in all different positions. I said knees in. You might prefer taking a long stretch. I can't tell you which one is going to feel best for your body. We're just going to do a couple more core things. So I want you to feel a nice release through your backside. And from here, we are going to start with our classic crunch, hands behind your head. Take your exhale and lift. Release that. Starting with a couple classic crunches, just so you get the feel of coming back into the core. With the next crunch, bring your knees over your hips. Keep the crunch. Feels a little different because now our legs are up as you take the exhale and lift. We have 2 more here. Here is 1. Now we take it in a bicycle, slow motion. So when I say that, that means you lift up, take the shoulder off the mat, pause, hold it, and then you bring it to the center. You take your lift of the shoulder, so think armpit to knee, pause, bring it to center. You take your exhale, lift and pause. So I like us to go in slow motion so you can enjoy the full movement. You take the exhale, you lift, you pause, return to center. Here's the exhale, the lift, the pause, return to center. Use the core. You're lifting, shoulder comes up. Can it come up a little higher? Return to center. Here's the lift and the pause. Hold it and bring it to center. Here comes your last one. Release the upper body down. Toes are going towards the ceiling. Arms are rested by your side. Little scissors. So again, on this one, I'm going to start with smaller movement. Check it, see. Yep, if I still have control, then I'll make my leg movement a little larger. But if I start losing my stability, it starts going someplace other than right in the center of my core, I'm going to make changes to the movement. You're taking it one more time on each side, and then we're going to take one leg up towards the ceiling, hover of the other one. Here it comes, fingertips up to the ceiling. Exhale, lift your shoulders, reach to the outside of your top leg. Rub your palms and think shoulders off the mat. Exhale and rub, exhale and rub. This is our final little bird right here. And then bring yourself to center. Yes, we have the other side to go. Hover the leg. Exhale, lift up. That's core. Reach to the outside. Shoulders off the mat. Rub your palms. Rub, 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 rub. And go ahead. Release it down. Bring your knees in or take a long stretch, whichever one feels best for you. We're going to start stretching out our whole body. So take what you need and we will get everything a little bit more stretched out. Let it relax right here. So our first move, I'm going to have you do one leg stays out just like we did in the beginning. One leg comes in. Add your hug of your knee right here. Extend the bottom leg out just so you can press the heel down towards the mat. Get a little more opening through your hip flexor. You can soften your bottom leg, take the top foot towards the ceiling, hamstring. I like my back leg bent. You might like to keep it out straight. It is going to depend on how it feels for you. Little hamstring stretch here. We do want the bottom of the foot towards the ceiling. And then think, exhale, let the hip relax into the mat. Bring both your knees into your chest here. We switch to the other side. One knee stays in, the other leg reaches out. There goes the press of the heel down. Hamstring stretch. Bottom of the foot towards the ceiling. Your choice what you do with the bottom leg. Like I said, it could stay straight. I like to bend mine, but that is personal preference. And there's that exhale. And I always say that little extra exhale because we like to lift our hips. So let the hip relax down into the mat. Now both your knees are coming into your chest right here. Give yourself the hug. We're taking our spinal twist. Fingertips reach out to the side. Let your knees go off to one side. And take your spinal twist here so you get a nice little release through your hips, your back. We start bringing it back to center and take it over to the other side. And there comes the little release on the other side. Knees are coming back to the center. Figure four, I want us to be able to stretch our outer hip right here. So one foot is on the floor, ankle is over. Once you have that, maybe you lift the leg, maybe you don't. Again, it just depends what feels good for you as you take this stretch. Start bringing the foot down. Now keep the figure four, keep it. Take one more little spinal twist here. There it comes off to the side. Feels a little different when we keep our figure four. Let the breath go. So if you hold a lot of tension, can you let that tension go as you take this stretch? Bring it back to center. We have the other side to go here. Foot would come down to the floor. You have your figure four on the other side. Low, medium, high. Again, it is your figure four to play around with. Where do you get the best stretch? That's where you're going to go. Foot is coming back down. If you chose to lift it, here comes that spinal twist, figure four. So bottom of the foot comes to the floor. There's your exhale. Let the breath go. Feel the release of tension wherever you might be holding it. Some people it's their jaw, some people it's their shoulders. Maybe you're holding it in your low back. Bring yourself back up to center. Happy baby, take the knees out wide. Bottoms of the feet towards the ceiling. Let's think about hips coming down, little side to side rocking. So let's give ourselves a little back massage as you take it side to side. We start bringing ourselves up to a seated position. Cross your legs, bring yourself up. We're going to take it right onto our block so we can add some stretches for our upper body here. Have a seat. And if you usually cross one leg in front, let's go ahead, switch it up, take the opposite leg in front. Feels a little awkward, but it'll start feeling good the more you do it. Let's take our shoulder roll so you can feel your shoulders come up, back, and down. Open your arms up to the side. There's your chest stretch. We did the chest press, we did flies. Hug a big ball, open up between your shoulder blades. Take a little off to one side. We did some rows. We did flies. Bring it to the center. Off to the other side. There is a chance to stretch through your back there. Return to center. Open up a little bit more between your shoulder blades. Arms are going to open. Chest opens. Fingertips come behind. We lift our chest up towards the ceiling. Maybe your chin goes up. Get a little more opening through the front. Now sit up tall here. Take the right arm behind wherever it works for you. Left your left shoulder. So we're getting shoulder, chest, and neck. Lift the head, release the right arm, left comes behind. There comes ear to shoulder, soften. So if you're staying really tense someplace, this is a stretch. So think soften through your neck, soften as you open. Lift the head, give yourself little shoulder rolls, little alternating shoulder rolls here. Now we're going to reach our arms up so we can stretch our tricep. Fingertips reach up to the ceiling. Right hand comes behind your head. Elbow goes up a little higher. You can always come around the front. So you can always feel free to take it here if it doesn't work going here. Fingertips reach up to the ceiling. Left hand comes behind. Elbow goes up. Little extra stretch. Shoulder as well as your tricep. Fingertips to reach up one more time. Bring your arms to the side. Once they get there, thumbs go down. And then you're going to press back. Reach your fingertips a little bit further so you're out of your neck right here. Bring your arms back out to the side. Give yourself a hug. Right arm on the bottom. Here's a hug. So open up through the back of your shoulders. Let your elbows drop down. Chin drops to your chest. Lift your head. Open your arms to the side. Here's the hug on the left side. Arm comes in. There's the wrap. Here's the drop. And the chin goes down. Lift your chin, open your arms, let them come down by your side. One more neck stretch. Let's look to the right. Once you're there, if you choose, let's take our twist to the right. Take your hand to the outside of your thigh, add a little more twist as you look. Bring yourself to the front. We look to the left. If you choose to add more stretch, right hand comes around. Add your twist to the left. Bring yourself to the front. Take a big inhale, reach up. Exhale, we blow it out 2 more times. It's your inhale up. Exhale out, and 1 more time. Take your big inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, we blow it out. And thank you all very much.